Hi everybody, welcome to my video on choosing the right tutor book for your child. In this video I'm going to give a really brief overview of some of the tutor books that I've been using in my 12 years of teaching and some recommendations and guidance onto which sorts of learners the books work for. They are only suggestions. No two learner is alike, and please make sure if your child is having lessons that you speak to their teacher first before getting one. This is aimed more towards beginners who are primary school age, and I will make a separate video for secondary school starters and adult beginners as well. So what do you want from a tutor book? You want it to motivate your child to play, because if they're motivated, they'll play more, they'll progress more, and they'll carry on being motivated to play. And the motivation for each child is different. So it's really important when looking at a tutor book, is the layout right for them? Is it easy to read? Is the pace right? Do you want it to be really fast paced, or do you want to keep a steady pace? What's the music like? Is it the music that your child actually wants to learn? How engaging is it? So, like I say, I'm going to give a very brief overview next of the books that I have used that have worked well for me. So the first book I've got is the Vermouche series. I'm holding the recorder one, but there are flute and clarinet and saxophone Vermouche books also. It's probably the one I've had the most success with because it's very versatile. It's very compact, it's got everything that you need. The layout is really clear, really easy to read. It's one piece per page. The pieces are quite short. They are in lots of different musical styles. They're very engaging. The backing tracks are on YouTube, and it can also be downloaded. Like I said, it's very versatile, so it's really good for slightly younger children, maybe 6 or 7-year-olds, but also for those who are slightly older, who have very fixed but short attention spans and who just want to learn things as quickly as possible. And there is book 2 and book 3 as well for them. So the next set of books is by Heather Hammond. There's Funky Flute, Cool Clarinet and Super Sax. So it's a lot more comprehensive than the Vermouche book. There is a lot going on in here. It's really engaging to look at. There's a lot going on in each page. I'll just give you an example. What's good is the first chapter goes over how to put your instrument together, making a sound, which is brilliant for your child in those first few lessons when they come home and perhaps need to be reminded of a few things. These books suit anybody who loves puzzles. What's really good is it develops your child's all-around musical knowledge, which is perhaps lacking in the Vermouche books, and it does this in a really engaging and fun way. Like the Vermouche books, the pieces are really modern. They are in lots of different styles. They're really fun. They've got some brilliant backing tracks. They are slightly longer than the Vermouche ones, so you will need to sustain your attention a little bit more, but they are really worth it. The next series of books are the Abracadabra series. They've been around for quite a long time. I think it may have been the one that I learnt with. Unlike the other two books, which introduce one note at a time and consolidate before moving on, with Abracadabra, your first pieces already have 3 notes in. It suits somebody who is going to adapt really quickly to reading music, and the pieces are much more traditional in their style rather than the kind of modern ones in the previous books. What's good is it takes you to about grade 2 standard. There's a lot of tunes in there that are really well known. So the next set of books is by Sarah Watts. I usually use these in group teaching, but they do work really well for individual students. What I really like about them is that every lesson is structured in the same way, so it works really well for someone who likes that routine. It's also really uncomplicated, it's really easy to read. The pieces, again, they're really good fun with some really good backing tracks as well. Thank you for watching my video about tutor books for primary school age beginners. I hope you found it helpful. I've just tried to give a very brief overview of these different books and some guidance and suggestions for what learners might be suited for them. Again, they are only suggestions, and if your child is having lessons, please make sure you speak to their teacher before getting a book. I teach using all of these books. I teach the flute, clarinet, saxophone and recorder. If you're interested in having lessons with me, either face-to-face or online, please contact me through my website. Thank you.